RPM, Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Know what it is. Political shit. I put y'all up on this gematria shit. A lot of people don't know. Um, to speak on the gematria thing for a minute, my cousin Daryl, Javier Gabos, uh, was mentioning to me how he was trying to talk to one of his cousins on his mama's side about gematria, about the rig sports and all this other stuff, man. And dude just kind of came off like Devereaux wasn't trying to tell him nothing new that he didn't already know. He was up on that, and he was still coming at Devereaux like what Devereaux was saying was irrelevant or some kind of conspiracy theory or whatever was driving his roll your eyes response to what Devereaux was saying was it's indicative of like how people really be coming at all kind of truth and shit. Nowadays everybody think they woke, everybody think they on a certain level, and that's good that people reaching, but of course when people reaching for something like that, they gonna find some false sense of understanding or false confidence in certain things. There is some misinformation out there in the truth seeking community with the attempts to either drive people away from where the truth really is, or to spin them off into something that may not even be that real. The problem is that when people understand that both situations could be the case, you can find some deep shit, some real shit, some true understanding of how the world works and what's going on, and you're gonna find some fugazi ass distracting shit. And because of that, when you say something that's along the line of exposing a great truth in reality and how the world works, people assume that, aha, what this nigga trying to tell me is that bullshit that sound like some woke shit, but it's really some bullshit, and I can laugh, I can laugh at this shit, mock this shit, and feel superior. That not only am I myself trying to enlighten myself, I am also wise enough to spot the bullshit, so then I shoot the bullshit down. And a lot of people want to do both of those things, man. And what's crazy is that you mentioned something like gematria, and as soon as people act like they know what you're talking about, and they still turn their nose up at it, or they don't instantly hit you with how powerful gematria is and what it's really about, that's how you know you're dealing with somebody who either A, think they got a good understanding of gematria and they think they got it in the bag and it's all done, or B, these motherfuckers don't want you to be the one to tell them something new, to teach them something, to reveal a great truth to them, or to have the capabilities of delivering that real information that you expect will change the minds of a grown person on contact. Which that shit is out there. Some people ain't got a whole lot of faith or expectations that you can change a grown person's mind on the spot with real information, but I got total expectation that that's exactly what should happen when you give them some real shit, period. And when people don't do that, I instantly begin to discount their opinion, where they coming from, and all of that shit until further notice, man. I'm not, and I got total expectations and all the hope in the world to be like, nah, if I hit you with some real shit, you're going to change, period. And we should expect that, and we should be driving real information and new information in that direction towards people who need to hear it, with the expectation that they are going to change their mind even if they don't. Fuck that. You have to give humanity that much faith or that much of a chance to say that you're going to deliver the shit and motherfuckers will receive. But it's just strange that dude responded to Devereaux in that way, man, the way he did, man. It's crazy, man. You say gematria and people, it make them feel some type of way. I think there's some vibration in the word even when you say gematria, that it feels like something when you say the word, man. If you don't know what this is, gematria is an old, ancient attribute to the English language that people aren't aware of. That the English language was coded in its inception to be more than what they give you on the surface. They developed the English language. It was a collaboration between it was a Catholic collaboration with another group of people that you can't even fucking name, which is goddamn stupid. This is dumb as fuck. Don't get me going on that. But the censorship and the, oh, don't say that. Shut the fuck up. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. What religious group of people can you not even mention? See? That's weird that if I say that, you still know who I'm talking about. But it's something wrong with me actually saying the word, though. I can't just say the word. I gotta allude to some shit. And you know who I'm talking about. And it was a Catholic collaboration with these motherfuckers. Cool, fine, whatever. It was a Catholic collaboration with them to develop the Gregorian calendar that we go by, which was named after Catholic Pope, the English language, and the heliocentric model that says that the sun is the center of our solar system. All three of those things came together by the same society around the same time in history, and it's a beautiful thing what has been manifested out of all of that stuff. Your calendar, how you tell time, all that, man. And the English language is coded with numbers. They believe that God made the world with letters and numbers, and it's true if you understand Fibonacci and pi and the patterns in that you find in nature, the rings in the tree, the petals on certain flowers, all this type of shit, then you understand what I'm talking about. And they really believe this. As a matter of fact, there's a Masonic temple somewhere. I can't remember where it is, but right on the temple or some government building, it might even be an actual government building and not even a direct Masonic structure or building. But somewhere it says, I'll figure it out later and I'll name it for y'all specifically. But somewhere on this building, it says all is number. And they mean that shit. And when you tell people that gematria is a real thing, that the English language and what you know of it is only half the story, not even half the story. It's a small fraction of the story, because there's a whole bunch of other shit beneath that that you rocking with that you don't realize that you are rocking with and representing. When you spell your name, the word spell in and of itself should tell you something. But when you spell your name, or even when you tell me what day you was born, as soon as you name the day and you subscribe a number to the day of the week that you were born on, and then you describe the month and then the year, you are counting from someplace. You did not name that month. You don't know what the numbers mean or how or who exactly developed the counting system that is helping us keep track of time in this way, using this calendar. All of that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. And it's an amazing thing that it all came together the way it did. It seems to be pretty damn precise. They are geniuses, whoever discovered and then implemented these things to get the whole world to go along with it. All of that shit is special. And when I say all of that stuff, bro, and y'all know damn well that's a whole lot of powerful stuff. And then I tell you who's behind developing and delivering all of those things to humanity to get us to go along with it right now. I get to name who did that shit, but you can't name them. And you should find that fucking suspicious, that you can't even say their name when you tell people, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm talking about. This is weird. This is weird shit. But gematria, the coding of the English language into numbers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on to Z is the 26th letter, and that's in the forward, the regular cipher, the basic cipher. It's a basic cipher. That's easy to see. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Then you can do that in reverse, where A is 26 and then Z is 1. And then if you do both of those ciphers again, but reduce all of the double digit numbers, like whatever letter in the simple basic forward cipher, that's 11. Well, what's the 11th one? G is G, H, I, J, K. K is what? The what? Fucking 11th letter. Okay, so in this cipher where you reduce all the double digits down to one single digit, K will be 2. If you can follow me with all of that I just fucking said here. But you gotta learn gematria. It's simple to understand, and you know that you can understand it. You know you've seen examples of it. The English language is not the only language that does this. But a good example that everybody can recognize when I point it out to you, and if I show you your birthday in Roman numerals, if you're not privy enough to how Roman numerals work to recognize that it is your birthday, what you do know is that you're looking at a bunch of letters, but your brain is telling you that you see numbers. That's what gematria is. It's right there in the same lane. It's that shit. So when I say this shit and you act like it can't be true because you didn't already know it, stop fucking playing with life, because that's not how life works. Maybe I understand some or seen some or heard something that you ain't heard yet, trying to put you up on game, so stop fucking playing. Gematria is a real thing. You got to understand this shit. You got to check it out. Go subscribe to Zachary K. Herbert's Gematria Effect News YouTube channels. Every single one of them that is active that you can find, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. He keeps getting deleted, so you got to keep on making these pages. Look at Gematria Effect Sports on YouTube, Zachary K. Hubbard. Subscribe to them all and just give it a chance. Listen to what he's saying and how he's revealing that this number code in the English language is actually playing out to a scripted tune while we're all watching and not recognizing it because we've only been given a fraction of the story about what the English language is really about, where it came from, and what its intentions are. Period. Don't be upset or discouraged by the fact that I'm saying something that you don't understand. You don't understand the whole fucking world. Damn. If it's new information, go look. But to discount this stuff off top because it sounds strange to you, it is proven to me where your frame of mind is even at. You can be fooled by anything. All they got to do is make the truth sound foreign to you, and you will deny it, even when somebody tries to spoon feed it to you. That's the problem that we have right now. Y'all got to stop doing that shit. You being unfair to yourself because you could be missing out on a whole bunch of gems, man, that you won't pay no attention to because you tweaking, man. You got an ego problem. All type of shit is wrong with everybody nowadays, man. It is sickening. Open up a little bit, right? But real quick to the story that made me even want to do this live stream. I want to tell you about what made me buy my first gun. I'm going to tell y'all this story real quick. This is like 2005, 2006, about 2006. Me and the girl I was dating at the time lived in this nice little quiet neighborhood that only had two ways into this maybe 4 square blocks of area, 4 or 5 square blocks this way and then that way. But they only had 2 roads that would let you into this little, not even a cul-de-sac, but it's weird, but it's like these different blocks where there was no way out in the back end of this neighborhood. You had to go back out, and there was only 2 different lanes. And, you know, it was a summer night. It was like June 6th, actually. And that date, June 6th, which is exactly 6 months from my birthday, and my birthday being on the 6th, the number 369, the number is all over my life in multiple ways with numerology and gematria shit. If you want to break down my name, my birthday, my kids' names and birthdays and shit, the shit gets spooky. There's something there on the organic side of the gematria for damn sure. But June 6th, man, we go for this walk like we usually do. It's a nice summer evening. You know, it's almost sunset. We go for a walk. So we went for a walk through this little neighborhood and then back to the house, you know what I'm saying? And we always do this. But this night we get out there and we walk our loops or whatever through these blocks, and then we walk around and come back to the house. And we see this guy standing on the sidewalk about, man, it was a good distance. You probably could have put like 3 school buses between us and him. I would imagine like 3 school buses you could put in between us and this guy as we rounded this corner. He's on the sidewalk with his arms on his hips and his hands in fists like a Superman pose. As you can imagine Superman flying to the top of a mountain and then standing there looking over the earth like he's looking for some old shit to get into. That kind of a pose. He was standing on the sidewalk like this. So we got within maybe 2 bus lengths away from him. And I'm like, man, what is this dude on? So we kind of walked off into the street to avoid walking past him on the sidewalk. This motherfucker walks into the middle of the street and then takes that same pose with his fist balled up on his hip, standing like he's trying to block some shit with the Superman pose or whatever. And I go, who the fuck is this? So I start getting mad. My girlfriend at the time was like, nah. We're not finna engage this motherfucker. We going back the way we came. So she grabbed my arm as we got closer because I started getting more and more agitated. And I was about to speak out to him, to yell out to him. And she stopped me quick. Let's go. So when she pulled my arm over, I was like, okay, we'll go this way. But this is strange. Who the fuck is this dude? And as we walked off back in the direction that we came, I look back at him and this motherfucker's doing this. And walks off. He's standing next to a car. So I tried to make sure that I could see what car he was kind of standing next to so we can keep an eye out for that car, you know, later on. So we get around this corner, we round these few blocks or whatever. And this is before smartphones was really super duper popular. And I didn't have one if they even existed then. I don't even know. 2006? I don't even know. Maybe there was a smartphone. But all I know is I had a cell phone, but it wasn't. Society hasn't pushed everybody to that point that for so many things and so many different levels of entertainment and distraction you can find in the phone that everybody just carried it everywhere. I just didn't carry the fucking cell phone when we went on a walk. Not all the time. I would easily forget the phone. There was no Facebook and none of this other shit to get me to be like, let me take the phone. I want to take some pictures of my girlfriend. The pictures was crappy with these phones. Cameras was horrible. It just wasn't there yet. So I didn't have my cell phone with me. So we end up rounding these blocks and going to a gas station that was damn near about, I don't know, quarter of a mile, half a mile away from the house. And we called her dad out of the house. He got in his car and came down there and got us. And we never encountered the guy again. I have no idea what that was about whatsoever. I don't got no enemies. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I actually got kind of a clue about what it might be, and I'll get into that later in another live stream or another video, because I'm going to talk about the custody battle that I went through over my son, who's now 18, and how messy that got and how crazy the law is in regards to fatherhood, black father, white mother, and fighting in family courts. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, man. And some of this stuff actually led to my quote-unquote awakening. So I'm going to talk about all of that in some later videos. But I was disturbed by that. We was very disturbed by that. I didn't sleep at all that night. And the following night, I also didn't get the best sleep. I was kind of disturbed by that, not knowing who or what that was or what it was about. So within a couple of weeks, man, I had went and got a gun, and I wasn't carrying it everywhere. Every now and then I kind of put it in a backpack or something like that, because I just wasn't privy to the laws, and I wasn't really heavily involved in this idea of the natural right and responsibility to protect myself. I was just in a clumsy way feeling like I should protect myself. I bought a little cheap ass gun, and you know, I carried it in a backpack from time to time, but that disturbed me, and that's what made me buy my first gun. So any reason that y'all can think of, or any awakening that you can have to the idea that whether you deserve it or not, somebody may try to hurt you for some strange, weird reasons, you might not even be aware that somebody has set their mind on hurting you in this way. The whole time you chilling, thinking everything is all hunky-dory, and it's not, because somebody got other plans for you, and while you chilling, and they got these plans, they got the upper hand. And that's weird. And as ready as you can possibly get is to love everybody that you can as much as you can, and then arm yourself for the people who don't give a fuck about all that sweet shit. People who might want to hurt you. Yeah, get a gun, man. Live your life. Don't be so naive that you think that the world is going to hear your heart and feel your heart and then grant you a pass. Motherfuckers just don't care. Motherfuckers is crazy. People be on whatever the fuck they be on, and then they do what they do, man. So to not recognize that you'd have to be fucking blind, the world is dangerous, and it doesn't take a conspiracy theory to understand that. It's just simple observation. And once you understand that, then boom, you find yourself in the middle of a choice. Are you going to arm yourself in the face of that fact or not? And that shit is up to you. Can't nobody make you do it, but you can't make me not do it. RPM, Trey Vietnam, deuces, Wu Bang.